There's a strange, almost paradoxical joy in playing a difficult game. It can be jarring, confusing, and far beyond what you can handle. It's infuriating, it's frustrating, it drives you mad, and it just makes you want to give up. And yet, you keep playing. You try and try and try again and again and again for hours and days, if not weeks in some cases, until you manage to beat it. And in the overwhelming barrage of joy and triumph afterward, you go for the next one. It's something that, though I understood, I never really got until I tried out the top-down 2D boss rush from Acid Nerve, known as Titan Souls. In this game, you play as an adorable little archer hunting down giant monsters known as Titans. For as much as its pixelated art style may suggest otherwise, this game is a crushing and brutal nightmare that at so many points just felt too fucking difficult. But it's never unfair. The challenges it presents are perfectly balanced tests of skill, and today, I want to talk about why this makes Titan Souls so fun to play. And yes, though it doesn't have an obvious story, spoilers ahead. Titan Souls, like Furi and Shadow of the Colossus, is made up entirely of boss fights. One minute you'll be dealing with bouncing blobs of slime, the next a skull with 2 giant flails, then a literal chest of gold, and so on. Each fight feels unique and memorable, both for the boss's varied aesthetic designs as well as their battles, which present you with a copious amount of absurd ways to get destroyed. The game does a great job of making you feel like you're facing off against a whole world of monstrosities and oddities. But the game doesn't expect you to be able to beat these bosses your first time around. These bosses are tough, and more than likely you will die many times just trying to beat one of them. I mean, I can't even be mad about that one. The game is built around this, as the fights themselves, if done properly, are incredibly short, most of them only asking you to get one good hit in. This pushes you to slowly learn from your mistakes. It gets you to test out different tactics and plans until you eventually manage to figure out the perfect strategy to win. Hell, even the second time around, the game was still challenging enough to give me some trouble. It makes that sense of accomplishment you get from managing to defeat the Titans even more satisfying. Although, I will admit, for some players, myself included at points, this aspect of the game can become a negative. The grind of dying again and again and again is frustrating, especially when you know exactly what to do to defeat the boss, but simply can't execute it properly. I mean, for Christ's sake, I died like 400 times, come on! For some, the difficulty could be too much, and rather than giving you a blissful sense of triumph after beating a boss, will just give you a miserable sense of relief, glad that you don't have to deal with this thing anymore. Oh, for It could be enough to spoil the entire experience for some people. But, on the opposite end of the spectrum, for those who seek out such masochistic challenges, the game is more than happy to provide you with them. Once you've beaten the game, it presents you with a bunch of extra modes to try on your next playthrough. One prevents you from rolling, another makes the bosses much more aggressive and difficult, and the last one only gives you 1 life to beat the game with. Though the game is already hard enough as it is, it accommodates the players who want to punish themselves even more. And God bless the crazy bastards who try it. But the game's challenge is not just limited to the gameplay alone. There's no map or location markers in the game, so it's up to you to find each of the boss's death arenas to fight them. I actually ended up missing some of the bosses because there was an entire area I had no idea existed. And the story and lore of this world is never outright explained to you. It's told through environmental clues, wall carvings, and a small amount of dialogue from one of the Titans. All you know about this world is that it's an ancient one, full of ruins and fallen temples that may have once been part of a vast and powerful kingdom, that at some point collapsed. Even the boss's names hint at a hidden past, with Gal Cain's title as the Disgraced Guardian implying that he may have been the one who murdered Gal Hevel, the Murdered Guardian, and was punished by having his head removed from his body. This connection is strengthened by the fact that Cain is the Romanized version of the Hebrew name for Cain, the biblical figure who murdered his younger brother, Abel, for receiving more praise from God. And Hevel is also the Romanized version of the Hebrew name for Abel. Though the game never tells you exactly where to go or what has happened to this world, it leaves you enough hints and clues so that you can piece it together for yourself. Through and through, Titan Souls is a game that goes out of its way to challenge the player. From simple yet complex boss battles to the detailed lore, the game gets you to explore, plan, and perfect your skills and abilities in order to earn your reward, and for that, I appreciate it. It trusts its players to be able to face the trials and tribulations it presents head on, and eventually overcome them. And yeah, those are my thoughts. I'm kind of annoyed I didn't actually get to finish streaming this, because if you didn't know, I streamed this on my other channel, but my internet was so dodgy I decided to just finish it myself. And it was fun, but oh my god did it make me angry. Thinking about it, it's probably for the best I played it alone. Now I can finally move on to the next game I want to try, because I managed to get a whole bunch in the Steam Summer Sale and still haven't touched any of them. Anyway, tell me what you think, whether you agree, disagree, what your favorite difficult game is, if you wish to hear the tale of Bozo the Monster Slayer recounted by the Bard, etc. And thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this and want to see more, then be sure to like, comment, share, and of course, subscribe to come fly with me. And hopefully, I'll see you later.